Hey guys, this is video lesson 7 and we are reviewing, naming fractions. This is fractional understanding for unit 5. Number 1, this is what we've been talking about in class. All of these are takeaways that you should already know. I'm just reminding you, fractions must be fair shares. That means they must have equal parts and be the same size, or else it's not a fraction. Number 2, to name a fraction, you name the part it's asking about first, out of one whole entire item. And we'll talk about this more here in just a minute. Number 3, most fraction names have the THS ending on it. Not all of them, because number 4, there are a few rule breakers. Halves are for 2 equal pieces, they don't have the THS ending. And thirds, for 3 equal pieces, they also don't have the THS ending. But the rest of them that we learn about in 2nd grade, they follow the THS ending. Okay, for this video lesson, you need out your homework page because you're going to write the answers along with me. 1, 2, and then this doesn't show it in the picture, but we'll do number 3 also. Okay, and then here's the takeaways I just talked about. This is our chart in class in case it helps you remember help you remember how to name the fractions and about the endings. So here we go. Feel free to pause and go back to that chart or this chart at any time. But if you have this in your math notebook or in your backpack, get that out. That's going to be really helpful. There's no reason to spell anything wrong because this is the chart you have that you should be using. We're going to name the parts, and then when we count the whole, we put the endings on it, so that helps us spell it perfectly. So go ahead and push pause to get those other 2 things, the chart and the homework out, and we'll start with this one. We're going to practice naming fractions, the part out of the whole. So here we have my husband's favorite. His favorite is buttermilk pie. What fractional part of the pie is shaded? Now over here on the first pie, it's shaded in for the part that maybe got eaten, but you can still see the lines through it that divide it. Okay, and then over here, there's only 2 pieces eaten. So we have more than 1 whole. We have 2 whole pies. So let's practice naming this. So first, let me make sure I have the right color of ink. There we go. Okay. What fractional part of the pie is shaded? And I put a reminder down here. Name the part first. So here we go. 1, I'll mark it so I don't count it twice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So for 10, we just go back, make sure we spell it correctly. The part, we do not put the ending on it yet. There's 10, no I in 10. So the part is 10 pieces of the pie are shaded, and then out of how many to make 1 whole? So I focus in on 1 pie. It doesn't matter, either one, because they're both the same. They're equal. So it took us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces to make 1 whole. And if you check your chart so that you spell it perfectly, 8 pieces, this is the one we turn into the fraction name, eighths. So that's E-I-G-H-T-H-S. So what fractional part of the pie is shaded? Say it with me. 10/8 of the pie is shaded. Okay, make sure you wrote this on number 1 of your homework. Push pause if you need to. I'm moving on to number 2. Lego towers. We've been doing lots of Legos with fractions. What fractional part of the Lego towers are red? Remember to count the part, then the whole. So red we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 parts are red. You can go back to your chart to spell 11. It's all E's for the vowels. Out of how many pieces or parts it takes to make 1 whole. So we have 3 whole Lego towers. But I want to look at 1 whole, and it takes 4 pieces. And if you put the fraction ending on 4, that's fourths. So What fractional part of the Lego towers are red? Say it with me. 11/4 of the Legos are red. So we had more than one hole, more than 2 holes even, that were red Legos. Okay? And then our last one. Push pause if you need to catch up on the other one. We have some candy canes here, and hopefully you can kind of tell that some of them parts are shaded. Some of the candy canes, maybe they are hanging on the Christmas tree. Maybe kids ate them at the class party, whatever you want to pretend, but some of them are shaded. So I want you to push pause and try this one on your own first for number 3. And then I will go over it with you. So go ahead and push pause and count the parts that are shaded, the best you can if you can see it, out of how many candy canes are in one whole box. So push pause and do that. Okay, I'm going to go on. Hopefully you have your answer for number 3, and you can change it along with me. We're checking it over together. So how many parts are shaded? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 parts are shaded. Oh, and it went back. Let me get some yellow. I don't know why it changed. There we go. 15 parts are shaded. Out of how many does it take to make one whole box of candy canes? And whichever one you can see better, maybe you can see this one better. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 candy canes to make one whole box. And 12, if you remember from our chart, 12 is our Christmas fraction, so that works out perfectly. The TWA blend, elf in the middle, and the THS ending. So what fractional part of the candy canes are shaded? Say it with me. 15/12 are shaded. That means more than one whole box is shaded. Okay? So just remember, let's go back to the beginning. When you're naming fractions, you name the part that it asks for first out of how many it takes to make one whole. Go back to up here. Sorry, I should have started with that. It's not a fraction unless all the parts are equal. All of it has to be fair or the same. Then name it parts out of the whole. Most of the fraction names have the THS ending on it, except for thirds and halves. 3 equal parts and 2 equal parts. You guys have been doing this in class. I hope this was good review. If you have any questions about the video, come see me at the beginning of class. Thanks.